Good morning. Hello. Yep, I'm live. This is Dr. Mia Lueth. It is 12:56 p.m. Eastern New York time, USA. Um, and it is July the 27th, 2025, where I am at this point in time. Um, there are quite a few things that I could cover, but I am actually going to look at my YouTube, but I'm slowing down on that, yeah, on purpose. Um, People need to understand I'm usually injured in some way. I'm on pain management for the rest of my life, and I'm 53 years old. I am a doctor, but I'm not a medical doctor. Okay, so just know that. Okay, and some of this is meant for mature adults over 21. So I don't care what you believe, like what your air quote religious preferences. I don't care about that kind of stuff. Whatever. So there's some people. Oh, here we go. I just wanted to mention he's on his someone named Justice.
We'll see. God only saved 8 in the flood.
He's live right now.
Hopefully this sparks something in you to get on your health stuff, to start cleansing your body to the best of your ability, taking your health seriously, purging this stuff out of your body. Okay? Stop being so religiously indoctrinated. That's where they want you.
Yeah.
They're fine with it. They don't mind. You're not a real threat. You're not a problem.
That's why I don't use the word religion.
You're just not. Shout out to the ones out there who are a problem. Much love to y'all for being just about this and not,
it doesn't matter down. What they do.
It's not easy. You feel me?
Love is gonna outlast every single one of you.
They couldn't go through this for a night, let alone a year.
Right. Okay, there are people who you don't want to destiny swap with people because
do we need to detox? No vax, 100%.
So some of us
1,000%
go till we die.
They have sprayed our skies for 20 years. 20 years.
Right. So
okay, it's been right in front of our faces.
So I was just mentioning
and
that.
They claim
he's live. That's the first time I've seen one there live, but yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is he was mentioning earlier about being targeted, and yeah, some of us know at some point we're gonna get targeted because it's easier to blame someone else than it is to accept what you've done. Some people. Right. I've been falsely accused of stuff. Okay. Well, this is something you want to be careful of if you're going to be putting it online. Okay. Especially in the United States of America. Right. But anyway, I've seen, some of us will get attacked here and there. And right. So some of us know that we're more likely to be targeted than others. It's just how it is. And, it it isn't fun. Like, I know I'm a little bit crazy, but I'm not that kind of crazy. And I'm, yes, a lot bit of a nerd. There are times when I stop and I take breaks from things because, right, you start to get this like, yeah, you got like, it's like you gotta kind of step away. Okay, if you go too far in the zone and people don't understand it, quite literally, right? I mean, it can quite literally kill you in the actual real sense. Right. So there's a few others online that I just wanted to mention because, I spent a certain amount of time, looking at other people's, how How far is Tau Ceti from the solar system? About 11.9 light years. Uh, oh, yeah, here you go. This is a Creasesinger radio situation. Yeah, there you go. Oh, crap. This dumb thing. Right. Well, there it is. Yeah, that was One Republic. Have a song now. So males who don't want to learn from females, okay, fine. Okay, step out and go away. But some people don't mind, and a lot of this stuff, okay, yeah, like it's rare that it makes a lot of sense to me that I don't have a lot of freaking followers. Exactly, and people will watch this because they have to be ready for certain things, and so this is just being left online, okay, for your future. For some, some of you are gonna need what I put online, but if you're not being pulled to it, not yet. All right, here we go. Oh, you beautiful color. Yeah. Uh, from yeah, it's number 8, Kaiju number 8, right? There's some stuff here that so here the essential healer. Apparently, she's not getting her money from YouTube. I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I got the names right, and then let's hear spirit. Well, just some people just like make sure you get a reading, like right, like yeah, the essential healer, like make sure you get a reading every so often. Yeah, just to be sure. Okay, but this is what I'm trying to say is like right, it's a little harder to be like objective about yourself. Some people, but yeah, because I've been spending time looking, seeing how readings and what they do and all that, and uh, I wouldn't do that myself. Like I said, unless there's a child involved. And then Jen Sally. Yep. Gen X coming at you. I'm like, step aside. You're gonna get hurt, kids. Delta waves are produced when you are in deep sleep. All right. Yeah, I do some of these questions. I always look the funny cats. What's the main job of Discord bots? Manage your server, spy on users. Manage your server. Yeah, so some of these like tarot, I never heard people calling it tarots before. I'm used to tarot. But whatever, like I'm not trying to call anybody out or say anything. Yeah, most of the time it doesn't pertain to me. Um, yeah, well, I'm kind of advanced, and right. That's why like I have to wait a little while, but it's okay. I'm okay with it. Yeah. It's just that I've been a few of them, and I kind of like listening to like trying to understand the process or whatever. But yeah, if you're a reader, just make sure you're getting regular, consistent reads too, because sometimes well, it can open you up to something, and sometimes right there'll be an attachment that lays dormant for a while. Yeah. So there was a few of them. I just wanted to mention some people, right, that I kind of like been paying attention to and looking at online. And so readers, make sure you're getting read too. It's like a safety thing. Um, and I don't really know how to explain it other than just a lot of accumulated experience. They all have the same result, and that result does not change. So it's like a safety thing. Right. So, oh, hello, kitty of the week. Yeah, let me show you the week. Kitty of the week. Hello, hello. Yes, kitty of the week from Daily Dose of Internet Cats. Maybe this one's trying to be adopted or something. I don't know. Oh, look. So cute. I'm not allowed to have a service animal where I am, which is unacceptable. Yeah, but he's a cutie. I don't know. It's, I think maybe they're looking for. Read more. Let me see. This is Willow. She's Russian blue. She came to live with us for COVID. Oh, Willow has a brother. We met them. Oh, she's princess of the house. Okay. Yes, Russian blues are foodies, just in case you didn't know. And they like to talk, but they're very loving and friendly once they get used to it. It says, my dad is the human that brushes her. Maybe they're not. Least favorite activities: belly rubs, dogs, and having nails done. Oh, yeah. And then cheetah claws. I check in with cheetah claws every so often. So I spend a lot of time going through things. And so there are times when I know for sure. I mean, I can read it like it was like clear as day right in front of my face. Some people have to understand. Um, right, like, okay, right. I had to unfollow someone yeah, musician I subscribe to because they're not going to do well. And they're already starting to tank. And I prefer not to watch it. But yeah, sometimes I'll leave warnings against some people, but I don't do it unless I'm absolutely sure. Right. So, uh, there's other ones in here, but just for the readers that are on, yes, psychics or mediums, or yeah, but it's just that, like, I have basically all the Claire stuff, but it's not called that. We have different vocabulary. Okay, right. Uh, but I don't. They're not on all the time. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I don't. And most of the time, yeah. Now I have to kind of like narrow some things down. And yeah, so I was just looking if there was something that came up quickly. Found footage horror movies. Yeah, some people can't stand them, but I'm like, yeah, well, some of them aren't that good, to be honest with you. And they drag you through this whole like great situation, and then it's just like you wasted all my time. Like I could have spent the last 2 hours taking care of something else, way more important than this. What you guys just yeah, like there are a few of them, and that you wait, and you're expecting something at the end that makes sense to what they're and it doesn't. And it's like, okay, that's not even scary. It's just right the way they film it. And the ones that are filmed a lot in the dark, It's like I can't even. I have to stop watching because I can't see it. That's probably why they do it, but that's why. And that'll die down. Sometimes it flares up and then it dies back down again. Right. So, but I do. It's because I had to survive it all. To survive the fact that when I was in middle school, my parents quite literally tortured me. Okay. Not in the physical way because, yeah, by that time, yes, some of my peers' parents and, yeah, some people at schools that I've been to kind of, yeah, made sure like that I didn't have any kind of weird marks on me or, yes. And so the physical stuff was over with kind of early in my life. Like I said, you know, I grew up in a time where you still got beat with a belt. Although it did kind of suck if you got beat with a belt and you're not the one who did it. Right. that part. So, but if you mess with people's sleep, okay, yeah, I am almost positive that the Geneva Convention would call what happened to me, right, torture. And they used to put me in the kitchen and they would take turns sleeping. And one of them would be awake the whole time, right? So they'd like take shifts. And if I started falling asleep while I was standing up, they'd get right in my face. And then they sent me to school. And all those ignorant people at school. Right. Well, I'm just saying that. Because I'm not trying to hide anything from you. I see people say everybody's got something to hide. I'm like, no, they don't. Not everybody wants to be a rock star. Not everybody's ignoring this. Not everybody is like this. Not everybody has, not everybody wants that. Not everybody has a car. Not everybody, you understand? It's You're not using the English language properly is the issue. Okay, it's never everyone. Okay, don't use that word. Okay, start using the word there's some people because it's more accurate. Everybody forgets about this, and everybody. I'm like, that's a lie, is what you're telling. It's a false statement, is what you're telling. It does matter the words you use. Sure, it does. Okay? Everyone loves me. Everyone wants this. Everybody thinks this. Everybody wants to be rich and famous. No, we don't. That is a statement that is incorrect. You've made a real, actual false statement. And there are people getting online and you are falsely accusing people like at a breakneck pace. Oh, by the way, Rockfeed, hi, how are you? Yeah, I check in on Rockfeed every so often, by the way. Yeah. Creasesinger Radio. I do it, and I do it on YouTube because there are a lot of people who put their music on YouTube, and there's a wide variety of music on YouTube. and I don't do genre. Okay, but yeah. Well, that's why I have to stop listening to formatted radio sometimes because, yeah, I mean, sometimes just certain music just isn't covered, and that is the thing is that I don't understand. Like the market, you mean to tell me there was no market for alternative like rock and music when 99.1 and HFS just disappeared from the Baltimore area? I don't think that's true. I think it was a very poor business decision. There were a lot of us who listened to 99.1 HFS a while. And then one day, just turned Hispanic on us. No warning, nothing. I was listening that day. Yeah, there was no warning to any of us. Right, I was listening. I'm on the radio. I remember where I was. I'm listening. Right, and next thing you know, there. Yeah, I thought it was like I thought they were like doing some kind of weird alternative song or something. Yeah, I didn't know until right. Just like what? It's all Hispanic, totally Hispanic, all of it. You mean to tell me there was a bigger market for that than those of us? I doubt it. And there's still room for FM and AM radio, so no video didn't kill the radio star. Okay, and yep, some do it simultaneous, simulcast. Uh, yeah, I mean, mm, there are and people who don't really have a right to be making comments. I did. I left a video up, and I have a right to share an opposing thought. Okay, so some of you are actually right. In the United States of America, here's the difficulty. Your channel, right? And if people put comments that don't agree with what you've said, and you just block them at the first go, you're taking away somebody's freedom. I mean, if it said absolutely horrible foul shit, you know what I'm saying, right? Like if it says go, unalive your mom or something, you know. Yeah, I know. Okay, but that is right about the adoption, and I did put that link up there. And people are just saying, "Oh, it's an act. They're just doing." I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if they were actors. I need people who weren't adopted or who haven't adopted a human child. Just learn to stay out of conversations because your thoughts are coming from a completely ignorant place, as in you don't know what you would do. And it totally is. If you have a closed adoption, I have a closed adoption, okay? It's closed. The matter's closed. Okay, it was closed like 50 years ago. There is not a single chance that I would stalk a biological parent and then just show up while we're at a store in public with a camera. I mean, you're ripping open a 20-year-old wound. It's never easy. It's never an easy decision. And those decisions get made because somebody cares enough to make sure you, as a child, right, have a better shot than they can give, or they think. But yeah, I mean, unless I was lied to, my biological mother was 15 when she had me. I mean, come on. Exactly. Yeah, makes sense to me. Right. And probably, yeah, she had my biological grandparents probably had to say, all right, she's so way underage. Whatever. My adopted family is the only family I know. There is no freaking way. Okay, so people who've never been adopted or who've never adopted a human child, where do you think you're? That's the thing. In the United States of America, I think Mark Cuban said it once. We have to, tolerate opinions. No, we don't, because some of them aren't opinions, and some of them are false accusing, and some of them are baseless and coming from, yep, a state of ignorance. And by that I mean, if you've never adopted a child or you've never been adopted, then your thoughts are absolutely meaningless. Hey, I have a closed adoption. And if I were to stalk one of my biological parents and just walk up on them with a camera in a public place without getting their permission to use the camera, nothing. I mean, you broke laws. That adopted person broke laws. Okay? Closed adoption. I mean, there could be the situation that an adopted parent changes their mind and they go looking. You know what I'm trying to say. But when an adopted person goes looking and they have a close, right? Yes, they might be able to find a third party who's willing to just like, yes, yeah, find not tell you who your biological parents are, and you don't get to know that. A third party will get to find out, and maybe they change their mind. But if they say no, there's nothing anybody can do about it. That third party cannot tell you who they are. So you basically stalked a human being who moves on with their life, and then you air quote found her in the mall. I mean, yeah, some people were trying to say they were acting, and to be honest with you, I'm not really sure that's true. Okay, yeah, I'm not really sure that woman was acting, but it is the case. If you have a closed adoption in the United States of America, you do not get that information. Okay, on rare occasion, a third party who, right, is not going to tell you who that. They're not going to give you that information, but they might be able to go talk to your biological parent or parents and find out if they're willing to, accept a letter from you or, phone call, something. And you sure as fuck don't tell the person who gave you up for adoption that you just stalked and then in public put her on camera without asking her permission, and then having the kahunas, the fake, false kahunas, to tell her you forgive her. Okay, that's your problem, adopted child. You should have just accepted your biological parents, and you should have just accepted that she made a decision because she wanted the best for you. She has no reason to apologize to you. That's your issue, adopted person. You need to go see a therapist and work it the fuck out. Right? There are people who know that what I'm saying is truthful. So all those people who made comments on that video, unless you have been adopted or you right, are planning to adopt a human child or you have adopted, okay, your thoughts are meaningless and you really didn't have a right to make comments. And you really didn't have a right to say the things you did, because I've never, ever, ever thought bad things or need, and like that's that adopted person's need. And it's actually because, right, oh no, her adopted parents weren't good enough either. Okay? That adopted person needs to find a therapist. And I don't care if that was acting or not. Don't ever do that. People, I'm talking to you, all the adopted people. Okay? And the kids can hear this from an adult, right? I'm an adopted person with a closed adoption. Let it go. Love your adopted family like you were their very own family and let it go. Don't stalk. Don't stalk your biological parents, kids. It's against the law. Okay, well, there's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of bullshit commenters, and you don't really know what you're talking about, but you think you have the freedom to just do and say whatever you want. And that is just not the case in the United States of America. Okay, so whether that was an act or not, I got to be honest with you. Okay, that mother who gave up a child did not seem to me like she was acting. And I agree with her. And you have no right to call her an evil person. So you are falsely accusing online. Duly noted. I sent that to your judge. If you want to kill me, okay, I live at 533 Booth Street, Booth, Elkton, Maryland, Elkton. Okay, see, when you interact with people you don't know online, like you could be interacting with law enforcement, you could be interacting with like, some hairy dude from like, right, just popped out of freaking Nowhereville, suddenly thinking that they can do and say whatever they want online, and you can't. And it can be used against you in courts of law. Bear that in mind. Okay, so some of this stuff will be online for, younger people who grow up and start being ready. Right. Understood? Well, there is a spiritual aspect to life, and some people, right, misuse that, and some people don't believe that. And I'm not trying to force anything on anybody. I'm simply just saying some people get online and you make comments that if you are in the United States of America and you have just falsely accused others and you've now, right, slandered their name without any proof or evidence. Okay, so you're siding with a female who needs therapy and who stalked a person. Because if she has got a closed adoption, that means let it go. The only way that would change is if a biological parent changed their mind and asked for your information. And if you're over 18, right, then you can make the decision. But if you aren't, then your guardian or parent would have to. You understand? This person broke the law and stalked someone who made a decision a long time ago thinking that, you know, I think that they could probably have a better life somewhere else. Get over yourselves. I mean, telling her, you forgive her? You forgive her for making the right kind of decision and giving you to a loving family. Okay? Bullshit. Go see a therapist, adopted person. You fucked up. online. And the people who agree with you likely have not been in your shoes, nor have they been in her shoes. She is not an evil woman. And those of you who are saying that out loud online, I'm hoping he reaps it all and uses it against you. Because that is my suggestion to you. You're judge. It's too late now. An adopted person in the United States of America with a closed adoption is not allowed to stalk their biological parents. That's what she did.